guys, it's Virginia. I am the owner of Virginia Designs, and we specialize in building custom jewelry for awesome clients like you. Today, we're going to talk about something that I get asked about all the time, and that is how to measure the length of a necklace, or how to know how long of a necklace to use for a custom pendant or just a custom necklace in general. So there are two different kind of ways we can approach this. First, we can figure out how to measure a length of a necklace that you already own. And even though that sounds pretty straightforward, we'll kind of go through a few tips and tricks and how to get the most accurate measurement. And then number two, we'll figure out how to find the best length for a necklace that you're hoping to purchase in the future. So awesome, let's get started. All right, guys, so we are going to start with how to measure the length of a necklace that you already own. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely have a few necklaces that are the absolute perfect length for just about any occasion or outfit that I want to put them with. So I think it's awesome to know the length of those necklaces, because then when you go to purchase future necklaces, you can get them at that very perfect length that suits you and your style. So let's see what we need first to get those done. Measuring a necklace you already own is pretty simple. You really just need the necklace itself and some measuring device that you usually have around your house. Most necklaces in the United States, at least, are going to be measured in inches. So the first thing to know is you're going to need a measuring device that measures in inches. And unfortunately, the standard 12-inch ruler is not going to be quite long enough for most necklace lengths that you'll be measuring. So I usually recommend you get like one of these guys. This is a 24-inch ruler, but you could also use a measuring tape, or even one of these guys, these flexible measuring tapes. If you do choose one of these, just make sure that you either tape or weight it down to something flat when you use it, because these tend to bend and kink and can kind of give you an inaccurate measurement if you don't make sure that it's sitting flat on the floor. Okay guys, so you are going to start by laying your measuring device, and I'm going to use this one. You're going to lay it flat on a flat surface. This can be the floor, this can be your counter or a table, whatever you have that's just an even flat surface. Next, you're going to take your chain, and you want to make sure it's unclasped. You want to be able to lay it out at its full length, and you're going to lay this against the inches side of your ruler. Now, you want to make sure that the very edge of the clasp is at the very beginning of your ruler. Okay, so whenever we measure chains, the clasp is always included in that measurement. So don't start measuring after the clasp. Make sure you measure the clasp as well as the entire length of the chain. Finally, you're just going to observe the point at which the chain ends on your ruler, and that's the measurement of your necklace. Typically, this can be 16 inches, 18 inches, 20 inches, all the way up to 50 inches, depending on the type of necklace that you are measuring. In this case, this lovely chain is roughly 18 inches. So when I go to purchase future chains, I know exactly how long one of my favorites is, and I can make sure that that's the length of the necklace that I am purchasing in the future. Okay guys, I have a quick tip for you. Not all of our necklaces have clasps. Some of these really long ones don't come with clasps. So how do we measure one of these? Super easy. You would just lay it out against your measuring tape just like this, doubled up, all the way stretched out, and take that measurement. Once you take that measurement, you double it, and you will get the overall length of one necklace like this. All right, guys, next we're going to talk about how to determine the length you would like a necklace to be. So say you have an outfit with a very specific neckline, and you would like a necklace to match that outfit perfectly, but you don't know how long of a necklace to purchase to complement that neckline. Super easy. This is how we figure out exactly how long we would like that necklace to be. First, you're going to need something to actually use to measure the length. So in this case, you can use something like dental floss, you can use a piece of yarn, you can even use a chain or necklace that you already have, as long as it's at least long enough to cover the ideal length that you're looking for. In this instance, I'm gonna stick with some dental floss because I like that it doesn't stretch, but it's still pretty sturdy. And it's also roughly the same diameter of most dainty chains. So you definitely want to stay away from any material that's too stiff, so anything that's not going to be very flexible, or anything that's too bulky that doesn't really accurately represent the size of the necklace or the chain that you're looking for. You are also going to want some sort of measuring device like we talked about earlier. Again, this can be a ruler, this can be a tape measure, this can be one of those flexible rulers, whatever works best for you and whatever you have on hand. Okay, something to consider, especially if you're measuring for a chain for a pendant, or if you have a heavier chain that you're interested in, something like this is very lightweight. So it's not going to lay exactly as a heavier chain or a chain with a pendant would lay. So I typically recommend that we use something to weigh down the string or the floss that you're using to measure. I sometimes use a ring that I own. I will use a pendant. So if you have the exact pendant that you are looking for a chain for, then you can use that. You can even use something as easy as like a household key. So all that does is it just gives us a little bit better idea of how it's going to hang when it's around your neck. All right, to get the necklace length, you're gonna start by putting one end of your piece of string or floss in two of your fingers like this. And then you're gonna kind of guesstimate on the other side about where you think the necklace should hang, okay? And you're gonna wanna do this in front of a mirror so that you could get a really good idea of where that necklace falls. Once you get a kind of general guesstimate of where you're gonna measure, you're gonna put this behind your neck. And you want to make sure you kind of lay those two ends together at the base of your neck where a necklace would kind of naturally fall on you. So from here, you can kind of play around with the length and see if you want it maybe a little bit longer, maybe you don't like it that long, so you want it a little bit shorter. All the while you're holding that place and you're touching your fingers together to make sure that you're getting as close to that length as possible. When you've decided that you've got the perfect length for you, you're gonna pull it away carefully, making sure that you don't move your hands along this end of the string at all, okay? Finally, you're just going to use your ruler again, and you're going to lay out this piece of string against the inches side of your ruler. This end, the very end, is gonna go at the very beginning of your ruler, and you're gonna lay it flat, and you're gonna measure right where your fingers touch that ruler. And that's going to be the length of chain that you measured for your neck. All right, guys, so that's the easy way to measure the length of a necklace that you already own, or to find the perfect length necklace for your outfits, for your own body's type, for your pendants. Super easy, super straightforward, but if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. I absolutely love talking about jewelry. And if you ever need a necklace at a very specific length that maybe isn't sold, you know, maybe you want a 12.5 inch necklace, or you want a 13.75 inch or something like that, you can get necklaces custom made, and you can get chains at custom lengths as well. And you can also even get chains that adjust between multiple different lengths for like ultimate flexibility. If you have any questions or needs in any sort of custom necklace or chain world, you know where I am. Please reach out. I love talking to you guys. Anyway, you will have a wonderful day, and hopefully I will see you again soon.